Howdy folks, and welcome back to some more World of Tanks gameplay with General Lucky, and today we're following Kenzomm and Diamond Shard 2 as they play in their T-54s. However, the focal point of this video will be on Kenzomm instead of Diamond. Right away he goes after quite a aggressive position. I mean, it's a tier 10 match on Prokoro, or Fiery Celine, there's so much of a difference. North spawn. And the funny part is the fact that somebody posted in the beginning of this battle that it's going to be a loss because they have the Cabra shitters on their team. Which isn't entirely false. I mean, Cabra is a horrible clan that winds up costing many people many battles. But, regardless, Kenzomm decides to play this battle pretty much as a light tank. I mean, this could be a fairly medium-like position, but it works for him. I mean, as long as you can make a position work for you, who the hell cares if you're in the position that you're not supposed to be in? I mean, if you, like this T-49 up in E1, that's a really good spot for a light tank. But if a UDES were to go there, I don't see what would be wrong with that. He's spotting. Now, if he's taking up the position there, and there's 3 light tanks on the team, yeah, there's an issue then. Because he's taken the prime location of of a tank that can perform it better. And he's basically taken his gun out of the battle because that DPM that he has, the penetration, the damage, all that stuff, he's taken his gun out of the battle by putting his eyes into the battle. Either way, Ken starts trolling the ridgeline looking for shots on tanks that, unfortunately, he doesn't really get many over in this position. I was just checking on something. I thought those guys were in a previous battle. Unfortunately, Ken doesn't really do much. He doesn't really do much this battle. But it just goes to show that when you know how to play a tank, you don't necessarily need to do crap tons of damage to get an ace in it. I mean, getting an ace in a tank is basically just trying to get the perfect combination of all 3: damage, spotting damage, and kills. There's a little game mechanic that allows you to spot through tanks, alive, dead, or even like this Tiger 1. You can spot through them, you can't get shot. They provide no camouflage values. So you can hide an ELC behind a mouse, and it'll still get spotted. I mean, you're not going to be able to shoot it with anything, but it'll still get spotted. And, I forgot where I was going with it. But it's an interesting tactic if you want to be a light tank, and there's no artillery. And Ken got that T-95 taken out, and that's like a prime piece of real estate. Why would you let that go to waste? And you know what? Ken doesn't let it go to waste. Both of the light tanks on his team are dead. The enemy team still has both of theirs. So basically, Ken is the light tank. He has a crap ton of tank destroyers behind him who are all willing to support him. So he moves up and takes advantage of it. Now, I don't know if he remembers that you can spot through tanks, but no. It works for him. For the most part. Like I said, this battle is not about the damage that he does. Just watch his spotting damage. You can play as a light tank in pretty much any tank. I've played as a light tank in a Tiger 2. I've heard of people playing a light tank in OHOs. As long as the situation calls for you to play as the light, or take over position as the light tank, it's okay. Diamond spent most of the battle up on top of the hill. That's a good location for him. Somebody has to do it. That's where medium tanks are allowed to go. Or no, well, not really allowed to go, but that's a position that they could go to. Ken just decided to achieve the light tank status, I guess. I guess you could put it like that. Now there's nothing, literally nothing left on the 1-2 line except for that Scorpion. Ken decides to move up, and he's gotten real lucky with that guy because not many of his shells have been able to go through. I think he's got like 5 tank destroyers behind him from tier 8 through 10. Yeah. It'd be a shame if you weren't to spot this line. He's basically just taking all 5 of those guns out of the battle. Takes out the Patriot. Now it's basically just a situation of reaping the grapes of his wrath. Gotta load heat for a Type 5 heavy. There's not really much AP with 201 penetration is gonna do to him. And again, I'm not really sure how that one went through. I mean, well, I guess it is only 280 millimeters thick, and he's got 330 pen. So his team is pretty much all but won it now. I mean, there's only 2 tanks left. One of them is pinned down in a location just to Kenzomm's right. The other one is a Type 5 heavy in the middle of a freaking field. What was going through his mind when he did that? I'd honestly really like to know. Unfortunately, the front end of Kenzomm's tank went up a bit there and wound up making his shell miss. So now he gets to finish off the Scorpion, and then the Type 5 dies. That battle, Kenzomm didn't really get many medals. He just picked up an ace tanker, a spotter, and a fire for effect. He was far from top for damage, pretty far from top for kills on either team, but he was top for experience. He fired 14 shells, hit 9, penned 7, did 1848 damage, 417 of which was from over 300 meters. He received 6 hits, 3 went through, 3 did not. 1 was a result of splash, blocked 490. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 6, killed 2, and did 6,073 assist damage. After taxes, he pocketed just under 6,000 silver. Not that bad of an ace for exactly 8 minutes of gameplay. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.